Morning, everyone. It's a wonderful time again. And today is Monday, the second day of the new week in July. And so quickly, we'll be talking about, today on this slide, we'll be talking about real estate land scams, red flags. Red flags that are not noticeable. These are things that you need to take into consideration. Once you see them, you just know that this transaction is about to go south. It's not going to favor you. You're about to be duped or you're about to be scammed once you just see those red flags. So today I have about six of them, six red flags that I'll be talking about. And these red flags are they are very, very, in fact, it's important that you're very observant, you take notes, you take into cognizance of these things that I'm about to say on this video. Because negligence will make you lose millions of naira. If you don't take these things that I'm about to say on this video into consideration, then you're about to lose a lot of money. Trust me. Now, we all know that, in as much as there are genuine sellers, land sellers, or genuine real estate companies in Nigeria, they are also fake. In fact, there can't be fake without original. So anything that has fake, you should know that they are original. Yeah. In as much as I'm going to be spilling out these red flags, that trying to educate you to know these things, they are also reliable and trustworthy companies or sellers, land sellers in Nigeria. All right. So the first red flag that is not really noticeable, that once you just observe it, like I said when I started, I said in a land transaction, ensure that you're very observant. Once you observe it, just back off from that deal. The first one is the seller is always in a hurry to sell. The seller is always in a hurry to sell. He is always the one reaching out to you. He's always calling you. He's always texting you. He's always giving you deadline, telling you that when are you paying? When are you transferring? Somebody is about to buy. You just notice that the seller keeps pressuring you. That's a red flag, and you need to pause on that deal. That's a red flag. You need to actually pause on that deal. So whenever you notice that the seller is always pressurizing you, he's always in your DM, he's always calling you, asking you, urgency questions. When are you paying? When are you remitting? When are you depositing? And all that. Ensure that you take note of that is a red flag that you should pause that plan transaction. Now, the second red flag I'll be talking about is the seller avoids simple questions. Now, as a seller or as a owner of a land, there are some basic questions that you should know. Questions like land title. What is the title of your land? So if you have a land now and I want to buy from you, I should be able to get the answer from you when I ask you a simple question like, what is your land title? Who did you buy this land from? Yes, you're supposed to know the answers to this question. These are basic questions, right? What is the measurement of your land? What's the measurement in square meters? These are questions that you don't even need to look at the document or look at anywhere or a book to even reply. On the ground that this property belongs to you. So those are simple questions that, once a seller or someone that claims to own a land cannot answer, then you should know that is a red flag already. Asking questions like, where is the land located? In which community? What is the local government of that location? And the person cannot answer, then you should pause. You should pause. That is a red flag. Yes, that is a red flag. Because you should know those basic answers, those basic questions, those basic answers to those questions. You should have it at the palm of your hand. You should know that, this my land is located in social community under this local government. It has this land title. This is the measurement. These are simple questions that you should know. Right? So that is the second red flag. The third red flag is that you are discouraged from visiting the site. Now you have seen the land, you have seen the documents, but you want to go for inspection, and they are discouraging you. They are telling you, don't worry, don't bother, don't worry, na genuine land. You don't need to go see them. You need to go and see it. You need to in fact, before you make payment for any land, you need to go for a physical site inspection. You need to go and see the land. You need to go and see the land. So whenever you're in a situation whereby you're about to buy a land and they are discouraging you from going for a physical site inspection, two things are involved. Is either that land has an issue or the person is not the owner of the land. Is either the land has issue or the person is not the owner of the land. Because somebody that owns the land and is willing to sell at that point in time, we encourage you to go for inspection. Go and see it. We will send you video and then tell you to go also to the site to go and see the land and also do your own video and match it to see if it corresponds with the one it's giving you. There's always an encouragement to go for a physical site inspection. If you meet me today now that you want to buy a land from me, I will encourage you to come for a physical site inspection. If you're not available, I will also encourage you to send someone very close to you that you know thinks like you, thinks alike, a reasonable person to come for inspection on your behalf. So whenever you're in a situation whereby they are discouraging you to come for inspection, then that is the red flag. That land has an issue. That land has an issue. You're about to be scammed. So back off from that deal. Now, the fourth one is that the document can't be properly verified. Now, we have seen scenarios whereby, the seller gave, the intending buyer the documents to go and verify. And then the new buyer, took those documents to the Ministry of Lands to verify. And then, it could not be verified. It could not. The details of the land could not be verified. It wasn't registered. It wasn't lodged. So it couldn't be verified. Whenever you are in that situation whereby you're trying to verify documents and it's not being verifiable, please run from that deal. Run from it. That is not a proper document for that land. Ensure that you run from it. Number 5 is that the price is far below the market value. A lot of Nigerians, a lot of people will fall for this trap because a lot of persons love cheap things. How will you go to a site or a location where you can see buildings? You can see people literally living in that location. And, take for instance, what location am I going to use in Asaba now? Okay, I'm in the BC Road, right? Close to stadium. It's a built-up environment. You hardly see bushes around. People are already living there. Business activities are happening there already. So this one is not a developing area. It is a developed area. And somebody is telling you that you can get a land of 3 million in this location. How possible is that? A location whereby 50 by 100 is being sold for nothing less than 50 million. And somebody is telling you that, don't worry, I'll give you 3 million. And you see some people that love cheap things, they will easily fall for this scam. A land that the price is far below the current market value is a time bomb. It's a red flag. It's two things. The land does not belong to the person that wants to sell it. The land, most of those, if you find yourself in those situations, if you have someone that falling for such trap, if you ask the person will tell you that, actually, I bought the land though, and later when I started building, the real owner came. And I discovered that the person that sold to me scammed me. Because no real owner in his right senses will sell a land in such location for that kind of amount. Even if the person urgently needs the money. In a location where they are selling the leased land 50 million naira, and I will now sell the land for 3 million. It's not possible now. It doesn't even correlate. The least I will sell, in that kind of location is maybe 35 to 40 million. That is if I'm in a distress. Maybe it's a life-threatening issue that I need to resolve with money. I don't have the cash that time. I am not liquid that time. I can actually put the land of 50 million in the market for at least, 35 million or even 40 million, not 3 million. So whenever you're faced with that challenge, just know that the person that is telling you that amount is not the actual owner of the land, because no actual owner will sell his land for that cheap in such locations. It's not possible. It's not possible. So ensure that you look out for that red flag. Don't be overly excited because of the price is cheap. No, you will easily fall for scams like that. So ensure that the land, the price of the land matches with the actual value of that location. That way you are safe. You just know that that box has been ticked already. Now, the last but not the least is that there is no clear payment processes. There is no clear payment processes. I can understand if you're buying from a private firm, a private individual, that's an individual. Possibly you want to buy a land from me now, my personal land, right? I won't give you that freedom to pay me on installment because I actually need the money in bulk. And that is how it is for most individuals. They want to sell their land on outright payment. Nobody is going to give you his land on installment. Where you get installment payment plan is with a company, is with a firm. Now, if you're buying from a firm and they are not giving you a clear payment, you should know that that is a red flag. There should be a proper payment plan on ground. That shows that the company itself is organized. So these 6 red flags I've given you right now, ensure that if you're writing down, ensure that you go through them, study them, and also in the heat of the transaction, ensure that you are observant. Ensure that you're observant of these red flags that I've told you right now because it will save you a whole lot. It will save you a whole lot. It will save you a whole lot. A lot of persons have lost millions because they did not take into cognizance these red flags. So ensure that you're observant and ensure that you are a strong-willed person because, of course, you should be a strong-willed person because it's you that is getting the debit alert. You're the one getting the debit alert, and the debit alert is not even in it's not in thousands. It's in millions. Most times in hundreds of millions. So ensure that you're a strong-willed person and you're very observant of these red flags, especially those that are buying from individuals. Ensure that you take into cognizance these red flags. All right, my name is Solomon Ibuhu. I'm a professional real estate consultant based here in the city of Asaba, Delta State. And if you are an investor that is looking to come into Asaba town to invest, right? I have a couple of properties ranging from 850,000 naira, to as high as 70 million naira in Asaba here. Most of the lands, some of them are on the outskirts of Asaba. Those are the low ticket, cheap lands, and the other ones are in or within the Asaba capital territory, the Asaba city. So do well to reach out to me so that I can guide you on making a wise investment here in the city of Asaba. See you on the next live, which will be coming your way next time. Bye for now.